Just my size? Said just my size? Alright, gonna try to hurry up and do this before I get soaking wet. We got rain all around us, but this is technically the first ride on the Honda Rebel. I mean, I test rode it, but we've got, you know, brand new tires since then, and I actually have an air filter in it. I don't know if I mentioned that on camera or not, but the bike didn't have an air filter in it when I got it home. So that's never really great, you know. So anyway, I've had a Vstar 250, and this is the second Rebel I've technically owned. One thing I meant to do was double check the gearing and make sure it was stock. The Vstar, didn't really mean for this ride to be like a comparison between this and a Vstar 250, but a Vstar 250 definitely has more torque, but it's also geared really short on top of having, I think, a little bit more torque. So after re-gearing the Vstar 250, it was definitely much better off as far as higher speeds and like highway would be concerned. And I think the Rebel's honestly a little better for that out of the box. Now, it's still geared really short. Like, I was in 5th gear as soon as I hit like 30 or 35. So it's still geared really short, and it is pretty common to go up to a 15 tooth on the front or drop down from a 33 to a 30 on the rear. And then sometimes people do both. I don't know if I would do both. I'd maybe just go up one on the front. But yeah, at least that's where I would start. I wish these bars wasn't so kicked back, but I also got them rolled forward a little bit, but not past vertical or parallel with the ground. But anyway, yeah, this technically is my first Rebel. The Rebels do like to rev a little higher, but there's still plenty of get up and go there. I mean, it's not going to knock your socks off. To be honest with you, if I was having to buy either a Vstar 250 or a Rebel, I think I would go with the Vstar if it was something I had to actually own for a little while, simply because the ergonomics of it were a little better. Now, I haven't rode one of the newer Vstars, which has the like drag bar handlebars on it. The one I had a set of buckhorns on it, which were kind of like these, a little more swept back and down, I think, but there is a bit more comfort out the box for someone a little taller on the Vstar 250, I feel like. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. They're both short rider friendly and tall rider unfriendly. Reliability, if you were going to try to pick between them, if it was something you was going to have for a long time, maybe you just wanted something to commute on, so you wanted something smaller that was good on gas, and I was going to pick between a Rebel 250 or a Vstar 250, if both of them could handle the commute, and you were thinking in your head that it's something you're going to have for, a really long time, as reliable as a Honda Rebel is, I'm not saying it's not unreliable, don't twist my words, but it doesn't have an oil filter. So you will be doing, if you follow the owner's manual to a T, I think you'll be doing your oil changes more often on the Rebel 250 than you would a Vstar 250 because it has an oil filter. Therefore, I think you can go a little further between oil changes. Not necessarily a reliability issue until you start to try to stretch the Rebel 250 as far as some other bikes would go between oil changes. Then you might start seeing some kind of premature wear on the engine. But I digress. Other than that, it's really just dealer's choice. It's which one you like. I think they both have a similar size fuel tank. They're both going to get similar fuel economies. They both have a very similar seating position, and they're both short person friendly. So again, dealer's choice. You'll probably find more Honda Rebels to choose from in your area available to you. And you'll probably also be able to stumble across Honda Rebels at a cheaper price, like on a whole. So you're probably going to find like 10 Honda Rebels in your area if you're looking, and the average cost of those are probably going to be less than the average cost of the 4 Vstar 250s you might find in a 100-mile radius of you. So basically, like I said, it's just dealer's choice, whichever one you like. If I was keeping one long term, I would, like I said, I would maybe lean towards the Vstar personally, just because I feel like the ergonomics are the slightest bit better. I mean, it's almost not worth mentioning, but slightly better, I feel like. Also, the aftermarket's a little better. I know one of the big things with the Honda Rebel 250s is people modifying their stock exhaust or hacking it off and putting like some universal slip-ons on because there is no option. There is a company that makes drag pipes for the Vstar 250, and it sounds good because it's a V-twin, and I'm starting to get rained on. It's an actual V-twin, so it sounds good. I mean, as good as any other 250 will sound, but yeah, it does sound pretty good. This bike does like to rev more. I think this bike, the Rebel 250, would be a little more fun to ride in like the corners, just because of the rev nature of the engine. You can really rev it higher, downshift it. It just feels like, you know, it's a little more exhilarating. When in reality, they would both be turning the same lap times at Laguna Seca, most likely. So anyway, that's like a quick comparison. I wasn't even trying to do a comparison, but that's my thoughts between a Rebel 250 and a Vstar 250 in 5 minutes. Again, this video was supposed to be me just taking it up the road and back for a quick spin, but I kind of went off on a tangent there comparing the two. Anyway, both great bikes, and if you're interested in a Honda Rebel 250 and you live close to Florence, Alabama, hit me up. I got one for sale. I'll hook you up with it if you mention that you saw it on the channel. Catch y'all next time. And a kind of wheelie.